Hey guys. Hold on. Sorry about this, guys. Close my door. Oh. Ugh. Anyway. Sorry about that. Alright. Got it. Welcome to episode 26? 26? Episode 26 or 27. I think it's 26. I forgot. Okay, episode 26 of the VoiceOFpunk. I am your host, the JFpunk. I just got finished watching Monday Night Raw this week. And, I think it's the, February... Let's see. I think it's... Yeah, February 11th edition of Raw. And I have to say, this Raw was, meh. It was meh at best. Like, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't... I bet you by Wednesday I'm gonna forget... only thing I'm gonna remember by Wednesday is probably just 3 things. Like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't memorable either. It was very forgettable. It was a very forgettable Raw. And, actually, unfortunately, that's what a lot of Raws are nowadays. Like, WWE in a whole is going to be very forgettable. And that really depresses me, but... Alright, so tonight Raw started with again, even though I sound like a broken record by saying this, but again, it opens up with Paul Heyman doing a really good promo. He's basically talking about how he's going to resign, and this is the last time you see him, and how like everything he did with passion in it and stuff. And it was a really good promo. It felt really heartfelt. The emotion was there. And he basically like he says how he explains how he discovered CM Punk, and he explains how something's gonna happen and he doesn't want to screw up CM Punk's reign, and Paul Heyman says he's just getting in the way of CM Punk's career, and that's why he's leaving. And I thought it really hit home. That was a really good promo. The emotion was there, and like Paul Heyman really sounded like a dad. In a way, he sounded like a father figure to CM Punk. And there's one thing I hate about this entire show, and one thing I hate about a lot of Raws. The commentary was terrible. Okay, throughout this promo, it's really heartfelt. Even some of the fans were like, actually being quiet and listening. But, oh my god, the commentators. Like, okay, when CM Punk comes out and convinces Paul Heyman to stay, and pretty much like calls Paul Heyman, like, you're like my dad and stuff, pretty much. Jerry Lawler says, this really got under my skin. Jerry Lawler says this is the he's like, this when I found out that Paul Heyman was going to resign, it was the greatest thing I have in my life. Just above surviving a heart attack. Really, Jerry? Like, I know Jerry Lawler and Michael Cole are supposed to be the good guys, and CM Punk, Paul Heyman are supposed to be the bad guys, but this promo is really heartfelt. It just made the commentators just look like complete dicks. Like, oh my god, like, I really hate this commentator team. Like, Jerry Lawler as a face, terrible. He is, he needs to go back to being heel, because him as a face him as a good guy commentator is horrible, because it just makes him look like a complete... It just makes him look stupid. It makes him look like a dick. It makes him look like a hypocrite. Like, I don't like Jerry Lawler. And I really hate that because I loved Jerry Lawler when he was heel. Yeah? Doing a review. What?
Night.
Good night. You can come give me a hug. Mom.
Not on video.
Well, she doesn't want to appear. Night, Mom.
Night.
Love you.
Love you too.
Yeah, she don't want to appear in the video, but alright. Unfortunately. Anyway. But like it makes like Jerry Lawler just seems a bit more of a hypocrite and a dick when he's being a good guy. And that's not a good thing because when he was a heel, he was hilarious. He was absolutely funny when he was like kissing Vince McMahon's ass and when he was favoring the bad guys, but like how he is now is just like, oh, I just want to put a gun to his head. I'm like, shut the up. You know what I mean? But anyway, so like that promo though by Paul Heyman, that was a really good promo. I would say that was the best promo of the night. That was a really good promo. I think the first match on the card was Mark Henry versus the Great Khali. Okay, so you look at this on paper. Mark Henry, Olympic man, won the World's Strongest Man competition. Fine. You know, he's a good athlete. But then you have the Great Khali. That poor man. That man looks like he's gonna freaking collapse every time he's in the ring. It was a very short match. Mark Henry just squashed him. It's basically a squash match. And what I got, meh. You know, there's really so much a Great Khali can do. And really, he should just quit right now because that man's knees. Oh, I don't know. I'm afraid for that man. But one thing it did do right, it made Mark Henry look like an animal, which is good because Mark Henry, I like when Mark Henry's a monster. I like it when he's a beast. And I like the fact where like he could pick up the Great Khali, he's like, like that, and then he picks up Hornswoggle and does it to him too. And I like why he did the Hornswoggle because it made him look like a monster. Like I know like Hornswoggle is a midget and you know it's supposed to make him look mean, but the point is of being a monster in wrestling is you take no prisoners. You're unstoppable. You do whatever you want. Like you're a unstoppable monster. You can do whatever the hell you want. And to me, that was a good choice. I would. Him teaming with Great Khali, who's like a 7'5" stumbling man, and then he took out Hornswoggle, who's 4'4", I think. So there was that. And then the next match. This was the best match on the card tonight. This is the best match on the card. It was. What was it? Daniel Bryan versus Chris Jericho. This was an awesome match. Had really good wrestling in it. Two great wrestlers, Chris Jericho and Daniel Bryan. This match, I would even go on to say it would have been a great opener for a pay-per-view. This match is really good. Daniel Bryan got really good shots in it. Chris Jericho got a really good shot in it. I was like where he took a really good bump where you know how he throws somebody to the ropes and he jumps off the corner and gives them a drop kick. Well, he does that, but Daniel Bryan ducks and Chris Jericho's like, ah! Like that, like he just flies over the ropes. He's like, ah! And I landed on my cat's side. Sorry, buddy. And you're on camera, buddy. Huh? You're on camera. He's like, let's get the hell away from me, you bimbo. Love you, Schwai. He's like, I fucking hate you. But, and then another one, and Chris Jericho won with, a really good code breaker. That was awesome. Like, I think he dodges a kick from Daniel Bryan, pulls him to a roll up. Daniel Bryan kicks out, and then right down Bryan comes around, starts running. Chris Jericho comes and goes, BAM! Code breaker. It was really good. And so that was I loved that match. That match was awesome. Now what happened after that was, I would say, like I didn't catch a lot of Raw. I caught most of it, so I'm trying to think about what I saw. Oh, I saw 3MB versus the team of John Cena, Sheamus, and Ryback. Ugh. Again, boring. John Cena doing his promo about, we are gonna protect you from the Shield, and this is where the law meets justice, and this is me, John Cena, and I'm the best. Ugh. Yeah. I'm not gonna get into it. It was boring. Let's move on. I hate John Cena. Let's move on. Yeah, like, it wasn't really, again, there wasn't really a lot that happened tonight. Again, they advertised Bruno Sammartino going into the Hall of Fame, which I love. Like, I'm not gonna say, like, I know Bruno Sammartino, I watched all his matches. I haven't. I haven't seen any of his matches. But somebody who's been champion for 7 years, I think, I'm gonna say it, yeah, 7 years. He should have been inducted a long time ago. In my view. He should have been inducted, I would say he should have been inducted in the very first Hall of Fame. Was that in the 96? 96? Class of 96? Or 93? I can't remember them. 96 and 93. I can't remember, but he should have been inducted in one of the first Hall of Fames. I don't know, that's what I think. A really good promo straight by the Shield. So I'm lying. There is 4 things I'm going to take away from this Raw. A really good Shield promo. They were talking about how they're saying the reason why they're targeting John Cena is because for the past decade John Cena has been doing the same thing over and again, and he's set out this standard for a wrestler and to be like him. And I love this. This promo was awesome. I like these guys. Dean Ambrose, he was actually really good on the mic. Dean Ambrose was awesome. I liked he was kind of snapping and he was starting to lose control and stuff. I thought that was cool. Roman Reigns. At first when I heard him talk, I was like, ooh, buddy. Ooh, yeah, you should not talk. But as the thing went on, he improved. I'm guessing because he took kind of longer pauses than he had to on live TV. If it was a pre-taped kind of segment, a backstage segment, I would understand, be like, okay, whatever. That wouldn't be how much of a big deal. But when you're live in the ring with a live mic, you have to be quick. You cannot pause. You cannot you have to be like that. I don't know. I can't flick, but as the promo went on and they were every single member was building heat from the crowd. I thought that was a really good promo. I really liked it. One thing that really made me, it didn't really kind of made me mad, just kind of made me feel a little depressed, was Epico and Primo. I haven't seen those guys in a while. Epico and Primo versus Brodus Clay and Lord Tensai. The reason why this kind of made me depressed is Lord Tensai. Okay, so very start of the year. No, the very start of last year. Very start of 2012. Very start of 2012, Lord Tensai debuted. He was this monster. this big guy you don't want to mess with. He had somebody who freaking, somebody thought he was a god. You know, his servant worshipped him like a god. He beat a John Cena like his third time there. And fast forward a year later, he's dancing with Brodus Clay. Oh, Albert. Prince Albert. A-Train. Tensai. Oh, you poor man. Seriously, if I was Lord Tensai, I would have been like, I'm done with this shit. I'm going to the independent circuit. At least they know how to treat wrestlers. So, anyway, that just made me depressed because the guy who plays Lord Tensai, he was Prince Albert, and then A-Train. And I admit, he's a pretty good wrestler. He's very powerful. He owned, Sheamus borrowed the bro kick from him. So you guys who don't know, the bro kick was called the bicycle kick, and it was used by him. It was used by Tensai / A-Train / Prince Albert. There's a guy with this guy could be a really good, powerful monster, and they're using him as just a comedy foil for Brodus Clay, another guy who is a really good athlete for a man his size, and they have him dancing around. It's not good. It's almost like a slap to the face, in my view. It's more like a slap to the face to these two wrestlers, because these wrestlers are really talented. Sorry, I'm just looking at the time. These wrestlers are really talented, and it's very depressing. I can't remember what else kind of happened after that, because again, this Raw was very bland. It was pretty forgettable, so I probably forgot about what happened after that. Because just the image of them doing the Gangnam, those two monsters doing the Gangnam Style dance just blinded me. But anyway, let's talk about the last promo with The Rock. Because I'm going to go on a rant in a little bit. But, okay, The Rock's promo I thought was really good. I really like The Rock's promo. This is probably my favorite one I heard him do ever since he came back. This year. And it's basically called Story Time with The Rock. He told this funny story about when he was 15, and I'm not gonna repeat it because there's no way I can do it justice. But the short version of it, it's he moved to Nashville when he was 15. He went to a bar because he was 6'4", and apparently he bought a car from a crackhead. And apparently the car was stolen, so what he did was leave the car at a burger joint and walked home. I'm not gonna say because the way he told it was really funny. I was laughing, and I really like that promo. But here's where my rant comes in. Okay, CM Punk comes, and great. I like CM Punk as a heel. He's a really good heel. Actually, still, I don't really see CM Punk I don't see him as a heel. So I kind of see him more as a tweener, anti-hero. He's a heel, but he doesn't act like a heel, really. You know how a lot of heels kind of back away, oh my god, no, the powerful faces, the powerful good guys, the superheroes, the agony! Like that. CM Punk's just kind of you're a good guy, you're a face, I don't care, let's do this. Tears off his brands. And, okay, so CM Punk lays out The Rock with with his finishing move, and he grabs the title, and I swear to God, I almost snapped at Okay, he grabs the title and Jerry Lawler says this. That's not yours, Punk. You didn't earn it. Oh, Jerry. Repeat that again. That's not yours, Punk. You didn't earn it. What? That's not yours, Punk. You didn't earn it. CM Punk, I'm going to do this. I should do this as a favor to CM Punk. I should kill Jerry Lawler. Because that was so stupid. Okay, so you're telling me, CM Punk, a man who's been busting his ass, who's been working hard, who's been, like, getting the short end of the stick, ever since, like, before he did his huge pipe bomb, his huge promo, in 2011, you're telling me he didn't deserve it? A man who's been busting his ass, who's most likely tougher than ever, who's more tougher than John frickin' Cena, and, okay, the guy had a fractured skull in the independent circuit. The man had a fractured skull, and he didn't take any pills. He wore it out. If that's not tough, I don't know what is. And he paid his dues, went from the independent circuit, got to OVW, been basically shat upon by Vince McMahon until 2011, where he finally stood up and told Vince McMahon to kiss his ass. Like, he told Vince McMahon to kiss my ass. That's basically what he told him. And you're telling me that CM Punk doesn't deserve it? I know that's all for storyline. I know this is all for storyline with him saying that line, but that just rubbed me the wrong way. I just wanted to freaking strangle Jerry Lawler when he said that. If there's one man who doesn't deserve it, and I love The Rock, but he doesn't deserve that title. Because CM Punk has worked his ass off. Since day one, has worked his ass off to get that title. Held it throughout the entire year. Worked every day throughout the entire year. He had it all. He had a freaking knee injury. Yes, it was real knee injury, people. So if the fans were very stupid, can't even spell anybody's name right. Yeah. You know. Real knee injury. And you're telling me, the viewer, that CM Punk doesn't deserve it. Hell no. The people who don't deserve this title is The Rock and John Cena. Especially John frickin' Cena. Who's basically only the top guy because he eats out Vince McMahon's ass. He literally sits there. Vince McMahon sits on his face and goes like this. That's how he gets far in his business, kids. Sorry, kids. Your hero, John Cena, eats ass for a living. So, anyway. That's my review of Raw. My little rant at the end. Again, this Raw was meh. It was pretty forgettable. I'm only gonna remember only four things. So, yeah, I think Elimination Chamber is this weekend. I'm going to do a review of that. I don't know where I'm going to watch it. I don't know if I'm going to watch it with my brother again, or if I'm going to watch it on my laptop. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. So, on Sunday, you guys should be expecting my Elimination Chamber review, and I'll most likely see you guys again this week. Okay? See you guys.